Hey there, Wargamers, Justin the Art Painter here, and we are now live. For the one person who's hanging out right now, hey, I appreciate that. This is our third day this week streaming. And we're going to try and get some more forward progress in on the Imperial Fist here. Let's see here. Alright, got a message to respond to. Okay, switch cameras here. Boop. Also chatting with Amanda a little bit. She's on break at work, so I have a little bit of text messaging back and forth. Fortunately, I will get to see her tomorrow, which is cool. It's cool. Alright, let's see, where were we yesterday? I think we were working on the robes. So I think if we mix up some of our, I think it was ivory we used. Ivory. We can do some quick highlights on the rest of the robes that weren't done. And then we'll do a quick highlight and glaze over the back of his, since this is a little bit more detail. And then we might start boxing in some other details on the models. Actually, you know what? Now think about it, I still need to do parchment, and need to do the little skelly bro. It might be more efficient to, start boxing in or blocking in all the time-consuming stuff like red shoulder pads and shit. That might be a little bit more forgiving. Hey, Knox, how you doing, man? How are you doing? I think we might use some burnt red. I think that is going to be a nice one. I think this might be a little bright. Bold pyro. Well, maybe we can use that as a highlight, maybe. But I think this dark red might look good. Let's see, because this will be the color when it's dry. Seems a little dark. Maybe we'll do like half and half. That might work. Hey, that's awesome, man. Let's see what a 1-to-1 mix of this looks like. I'm hoping it's good. And Nox, do you have plans for your future expansions? Alright, so let's put a drop of water in there. Doot. And let's get her mixed up. Alright, I went to build. Oh, nice! Nice. Well, you're quarter of the way there. Well, at least Warcry is not a huge number of models either. It's not like a full army. So that's good. Oh shit, 7. That's crazy. I have some Space Marines that are painted. You know, I feel like because this guy's a captain, maybe gold borders make sense, because like this being in red feels like it would be silly. I could do the bottom trim red and that gold, because like this one looks like it's bolted on. So that makes a little sense. Alright, let's just go with it. I know he wanted red on the dudes. But yeah. As Sam Lins would say, the 10th miniature you paint will look 10 times better than the first miniature you paint. So, it makes sense to me that each warband is looking better than the previous one. For sure. Trying to be as clean with this as possible, because the yellow is not something that will be particularly easy to clean up if I'm sloppy. Okay. Yeah. I never got into Warcry. I did have some of the Shadespire stuff for a little while, but I never did get into the painting part. I've always had good intentions for trying new games and painting up models, but time has always been a problem for me. I have so little of it to do anything, especially when doing commissions and everything else that I try and juggle. I think that's good. I think the mixing of the red might have been a good call. Try not to be too impatient with this commission, but also trying to get them done because I got some stuff in the works coming up next that I'm really excited about working on. Having some extra time for that would be awesome. Yeah, the problem is I just don't have people to play with, really. Even pre-COVID, my gaming group was limited, in particular the people I also wanted to play with. I'm pretty picky, but even if I wasn't, the group primarily plays like 40K. We've tried to get other games and stuff going, but they keep coming back to that one. I did have some fun when Jason was showing me how to play Underworlds, but again, time. It's kind of why yesterday we were talking about taking some time away from stream, just to make some time to do things that I might want to do, because for such a long time it's always been everything other people want to do, or work, or stream, or whatever. I don't really make time for me. And when I do make time for me, it's at off times. It's after work, before bed, which is like 3:30 in the morning, whatever. And every once in a while, it'd just be good to do something I want to do when I want to do it. Obviously, still gotta work and whatnot, but being able to tailor my schedule when able to make some time for just whatever I want to do. Yeah, I would agree. I've been researching this cosplay idea and picking up parts and stuff. I got to place an order probably today. Yeah, I think, I was struggling for time management and stuff before, but COVID certainly hasn't helped, at least on the minis front. Not being able to film battle reports and all that kind of led up to me closing down the Patreon because I couldn't keep up with tutorials, and battle reports was a more leisure way to get out a monthly video for patrons, and couldn't do that with COVID. So, it's certainly not helped matters. I'm trying to keep it a little hush hush. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find you in our Discord. Well, it's mostly because one of my friends that don't want to know I'm doing it. He'll know later. Let me see if I can find you. Can I search users? Let's see. Are you on our Discord? If you're in our Discord, what's your Discord name? Let's see. I see 4 different Nox Geeks. I just tagged you. Is that the right one? Yeah, when you log in, just send me a message and I'll send you the picture. I don't want to post it in stream, but I'll send you the picture. We are have currently got the gloves and the boots coming. The gloves will be reasonably easy. The boots, I'll be learning some things. I've got the design files for the armor and the weapons, as well as the outfit parts, the cloth parts and such. So that'll be exciting. And Austin's going to help me with the rifle. This red has dried up a little faster than I anticipated. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, I'll just grab the picture. It's fine. Oh, it'll be a while before I'm done with it. This is going to be months of work. Yeah, well, click the link and let me know when you click it, and I'll delete my message. How about that? Oh, if I could delete it, I can't delete my own message. Haha. Oh well, if someone's here, you gotta peek at it early. Have fun. At what I want to do. That's a picture from the show, not actually from what I'm doing. Though, if we can do it, we're hoping that it will look reasonably screen accurate. Reasonably, we'll see. This is a new endeavor for me. Now, Austin's got plenty of experience doing cosplay stuff. I do not. But I am pretty excited to try something new. So, I have chosen to not buy more minis this year, and to put my funds into doing this costume as something new and different, different hobby, learn different things. So there's going to be some sewing and some leather working that goes down here. EVA foam, leather, resin stuff. Yeah. Yep. And then, because I started this project, I was like, this would be a really cool background for my phone. Oh. So, it's pretty neat. It will be. It will be. It's something completely new. And way outside of my comfort zone and wheelhouse. Even the painting of the props is going to be different. Because it's large stuff, not miniatures. So, that's my new project. And I've never been to a convention where you cosplay. So, it's not like... I was telling my fiance about it. She's like, where are you going to wear this thing? And I was like, I don't know. I just want to do it. So if it works and I get it done, which better work with how much money I'm going to be spending on it, you know, doing some parades and stuff here. If something comes up that people want to do, that would be cool. Going to like hospitals for kids, things like that. That would be a lot of fun. charity events, assuming there's people to go with. And it's not just me showing up and people wondering what the hell's going on with this weird guy. So yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Amanda used to be part of a local ASPCA, and I've walked in the parade with them a few times, and that would have been a great time to do that. And then have like a little dog with like a Baby Yoda outfit on. That would have been dope. At this point, I don't know if Adepticon's going to happen next year, man. They've obviously not said anything about it not happening, but the pulse of the situation sounds like there's still going to be a lot of stuff locked down next year and a lot of safety precautions in place, and I am in fear that cons are going to be mostly a no-go, or if they do open, that they're going to have very low attendance. That's my fear. When I was talking with Austin about it, he thinks that they're probably going to be canceled, but I don't know. I was talking to one of the guys from the stream who works as like it's not a manager, I think it's something above that, but like he's in charge of some aspects of the big string of convenience stores. And he was saying that they've made plans to have all their stuff in place for like the next year. Like that's what they're anticipating. And that's scary and very unfortunate. But if the con does go on and everything's safe at that point, that would be pretty cool. And when I first started working for Austin, back when he was Brush for Hire, they went to Dragon Con every year at that time. They have not gone in recent years, but for the first several years that I was working there, he and his friends went to Dragon Con every year. And they did costumes and stuff. Yeah. Nova I'd be a little bit more optimistic about, with it being later in the year. I would love to go to a convention that has celebrities there. And I think it's Pedro Pascal that did The Mandalorian? I would love to get him to sign one of my Funko Pops. I pre-ordered the Funko Pop with Mando flying through the air with his jetpack with Baby Yoda on his back. And having that autographed would be really cool. Yeah, they definitely have a lot of classes going. But I think ReaperCon is around the same time as Nova, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's generally what it was like last year for people that I knew that were in the Twitch community. It's kind of one or the other. I mean, that's fair. One of the Twitch streamers I know is in Texas as well. Sabat. He's out in Texas, and yeah. I've never been to Texas. I mean, I've never really been to a lot of places. If I'm honest. Okay, so I'm assuming, I think we talked about it with Knox. I think you're from what, Tennessee? Were you in Texas for job-related stuff? I think the Air Force boot camp's there. I guess if you're in the Air Force, you could have went to boot camp there. I think it's in Texas. Oh, that's fair. Yep. We may have talked about it, but I assumed you were from Tennessee with the name Knox Geek. Yeah, my neck of the woods. So my accent is somewhat familiar to you. Though I don't think I talk with a very southern drawl. I'm not like, hey, y'all, we're going to go down to the Walmart. We're going to pick us up some acrylic paints, and we're going to work on some Space Marines. All right? Anybody got a can of Copenhagen? I need a little dip. Share? Got a spit cup? Yeah, I don't think I do either. I don't have that southern drawl. Not like some people do. Better not mess with us around here. We're gonna go get the switch. We'll wacky stick on your butt. You know what I'm saying? Yep. There are people who may not know what I'm referring to when I say switch. Yep. No, I was born in Virginia, and I've lived in North Carolina most of my life. I did live in Kansas for almost 2 years, but I lived in Virginia, I think until I was almost 4 or 5, and then I lived in North Carolina, aside from those 2 instances my whole life. The town that I have spent most of my life in is the town my mom and dad grew up in. I graduated from the same high school they did. That's fair. I think North Carolina's a pretty good place. At least climate-wise. Weather can suck sometimes, and then other times it's pretty fine. Winters aren't too bad. Summers aren't too bad. You get farther north and winters start getting real terrible. You get farther south and humidity's even worse. I went to Charleston, to the Citadel for a week camp in high school for JROTC, and It was absolutely miserable. The humidity was terrible, and that's just one state different. You know, going down, and it's like, nope, that's not for me. I don't like this. I don't like it. Me and heat like that, me and humidity specifically, we are not friends. Yep, that is fair. We did go to Charleston last summer, and it wasn't as bad as it was when I was a kid. When I was in high school. Though the weather just might have been better at that time. You know, might have went through a good window. I don't know, I think in terms of like beauty, I think like Northwest United States is probably pretty nice. I mean, weather's probably crazy, like winters and whatnot, but like in terms of nature, which I'm not a big nature guy. Like, I mean, I don't want you cutting down all the trees and type stuff, and I love animals, but like I'm not gonna go camping generally. Like, it's not my thing. I'm not outdoorsy, woodsy, kind of guy. It's just not me. I'm nerdy. I like to be clean. I like my showers and my TV and my electricity. But it doesn't mean I don't appreciate some of those things and find beauty in it. We got a place right up the road here, getting on the highway, which was covered in trees. And I think they're building something now. That or the people who own it sold the lumber. But for years, like the only thing right there in that area was basically like a cell phone tower. And it's just trees, and it's real pretty. There's train tracks that went through it, and it is barren now. They have gutted the whole thing, and it's a bit of an eyesore now. We'll see what they put in, but yeah, places where there's still native trees and stuff are really nice. And when we went to New York on vacation, I don't know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever it was, the thing that bothered me, because where I live, there's trees and grass and parks and shit like that. In New York, finding a tree is a hard thing to do. If you don't go to Central Park, like where I was, in, like the city. I'm sure like northern New York's probably fine, but where I was, it was actually very panic-inducing, because everywhere I looked, there was just buildings and cars and stuff. And when we went to Central Park, I actually felt good for once, because there was trees and grass, and like it felt like home, felt like normal. The hustle, the bustle, and all the congestion there, I did not like it. And then of course Central Park, because it's a very congested area, lots of people and not a lot of it compared to the city. You're limited on where you could go. Can't walk on the grass, can't do this and that. And I'm like, we have all these trees and not allowed to walk on the grass next to the damn trees. I get it. If you were allowed to do that, all the foot traffic would just kill all the grass. I get it. But where I'm at, if I want to go out in the woods, just walk across the street. Walk out in the woods if I want to. I don't want to. But I like the trees. I like the animals. I like seeing stuff. I like little possums and raccoons. I don't want them to run out in front of me. I don't want them to get my trash, but they're cute. Seeing squirrels in New York for us was a big thing. We were like, holy shit, there's squirrels here in Central Park. Where we were. I mean, again, northern New York, stuff like that, like Buffalo or something. That's probably a completely different story. Yes, Bella, you tell him, whatever it is. What are you barking at, pretty girl?
Will you hush? It's just the UPS man. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Just throw it on the floor.
Yup. still alerted. Yeah, I saw a few rats in the subway, but that was about it. Yeah, she was wanting to get that delivery, man. She tried to bite her old mailman once. He was dropping off a package and he tried to pet her head, and she tried to bite him, and I was embarrassed because he was so nice. He's retired now, but he was such a nice guy. And he was super apologetic if they ever made an error, like he's delivered a package or two in the years he delivered us mail to the wrong house. You know, it'd be a house where he got the numbers mixed up and it was down the road, and he'd go track down the package and pick it up. We had one where it was delivered and they had opened it, and then they tried to tell him that they found it outside in the ditch open, and it needed the bites. And he's like, I know that's not true. He's like, they were lying. We take pictures of our priority mail when we drop it off for verification. This wasn't in the ditch. He opened it, I'm sure of it, and he thought whatever it was he might want to keep. And then I confronted him because it wasn't his mail, and he went and got your package. He's like, so if there's a problem, please let me know. It was fine. Whatever it was. It's probably some hobby-related thing. I don't know why that person would want it. But he's super apologetic. And I was like, hey, it's cool. You're doing your job. Shit happens. I'm not mad. Thank you for fixing it in a reasonable amount of time. Go about your day. I'm not going to be mad at you. I'd be mad if you were giving me grief and not trying to help fix it, but like, you fix the problem real quick, actually, in the same day, Anytime I'd had issues with a missing package, that guy went and tracked him down. And I'm just like, all right, thanks. But I am sure his experiences with others were not always as pleasant. Because people have a way of not being nice to people. Especially when someone is serving you or providing you a service. You're the mailman. You bring me things. And it's like, yeah, that's true, it's my job, but like, this is my job to pay for my house, feed my kids, whatever. I'm not here for you. I'm here for me. Treat me with some respect. And that's why I treat people, like, try and be nice. Because, like, I don't do that job. And someone's got to do it. Just be nice to you. That said, I have applied to the post office probably more times than I can count now. And have not even gotten an interview. But I have tried. Starting pay here is pretty good. Getting up early would suck, but like, I feel like it would have been a pretty decent gig. I had a buddy of mine. I used to be a rural carrier, and downside of that is he had to use his own car. I drive a manual Jeep. There is no rural, whatever, carrying for me. Also, they set it up so they can ride on the other side of the car and have this apparatus set up. It's like, that's not going to work. Also, I'm not going to try and learn to shift with my left hand. I'd have to get a car to do that. To do that job. And not buying a car to get the job. I totally forgot. These guys have their little bolters. And those casings could probably also be red. Go back after I finish this guy's shoulders. Take it easy, Knox. Hope that your call goes swift and quick. Enjoy your day. Thank you for keeping me company. Appreciate it. Be good, bud. I will try. I will try. Plexi, how you doing? How you doing? I enjoy some gifts of Nurgle.
Chosen.
Hey, Musty, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's quite awesome of you. Yeah, I like the gifts of Nurgle in regards to weathering tanks. I love rust and grime and chips and weathering effects. Like, I think it really adds a nice grim dark feel to the army. I don't really weather my Marines, but their tanks and dreadnoughts and stuff like that I will. I feel like those may have a harder time being maintained. They're bigger, they get hit more, they're more abused, whereas the standard infantryman's armor, I feel like they might be able to better keep up with wear and tear, and the infantryman himself can, maintain some of the things, but like tanks, especially like tech that may be hard to replace, they may try and keep it going, but like in a long engagement or on some caustic planet, it may be really hard, so I really like that. It may not make as much sense because maybe the Space Marine guys, Tech Marines and whatnot are super OCD about keeping the machine spirit happy, so they super clean everything. But does it look as cool to me? So I like some nice weathering and chipping effects on tanks and dreadnoughts and war machines in 40k because it looks cooler. In fact, they've been through some shit. Hundreds of years of service and battling takes its toll. They don't look like they just rolled off the assembly line at Terra or Mars, Yeah, go for it, man. And Musty, I bet you're excited for sure. And yeah, Plexi, I like Typhus Corrosion with Rise of Rust. Those two pair really well. One's dry brush, one's a technical, but Typhus Corrosion has that little bit of grit to it, and it allows the dry brush to have something to cling to, so you can make really nice rust effects really easily with that, and I like it. Been using those two in tandem for a very long time. Oh yeah, you're fine. You're quite fine. I appreciate you asking. It's loading a little slow, so give it a sec. There it goes. Very cool. Yeah, I got the pre-heresy style going on. The beige kind of off-white or eggshell white kind of color with the drab green. Yep. And you've got some red on there too. That's a little different. But like this color here on like the knee, that resonates well with me. Yep. Very cool, man. Oh man, I got it. Biad. Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the beige on Plague Marines or Death Guard in general. The green looks good, but I really like the beige. I think it looks really nice and it stands out well with the grime. Personally, I love it. It's very cool. Yeah, Musty, that's going to be a tough one, man. That's going to be a tough one. But yeah, Plexi, that's pretty cool. You just look awesome, man. I'll be excited to see what you get the teeth and the like little fleshy bits that's holding it in done on these. That's going to look really cool. Oh, so there's a more traditional green one. Hang on one second. Very cool. I like the glass here with the goo in there. That turned out pretty nice. Oh, very cool. Mortarion. Nice. Yep, got the verdigris on there. Very cool. I was hoping you might have stupid heads. I might have a close-up of the dude's canister. That's pretty cool. Whatever robot that goes to. Yeah, this guy. I was hoping we. Yeah, okay. There we go. There we go. I could zoom in. I didn't realize I could zoom in. Yeah, that turned out. Damn it! I don't want to scroll. Yeah, the canister there turned out really nice, man. Yep. Very cool. Yeah, that's my favorite thing you showed me. That's super dope, man. Nice. I would agree. Everyone needs a Papa Nurgle. I would concur. Well, I hope so. I hope so. Eventually, I'm hoping that we'll one day have a Lionel Johnson official 40K Primarch. which I'm sure will happen at some point. But for now, I've limited my my 40K purchases. I just don't have time to paint my own stuff, and no time to game with anyone, so I'm not investing currently. I'll get the stuff when I get the stuff. There was a time when I was more on top of buying stuff and pre-ordering stuff and new codex gotta go, but like I haven't played 40K since well before COVID, so it doesn't really matter. Arg, kill the rat things. Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate that. Thank you. Throw minis down. Just throw them on the ground. You can't trust the system. My data's not a cell phone. Duh. You need to extend the red across the whole model. That's funny. Yo, that's really cool, Plexi. How long did the 3D print take? Because that looks really good. I'm looking at having some 3D printed stuff done. I'm talking to a few friends about it. Hasn't been done yet, but there's some stuff. ARG, these are for commission. And these are commission models. $170 pieces or 170 prices, like $170. What were you trying to say? And ARG, this is for one of our stream viewers here. I'm working on a big commission for him. I got the whole Indomitus box set. I'm working on for him. And I have not been taking active commissions for a while, but this particular guy is a close friend of mine and super supportive. So I agreed to do the project for him. Before that, I was working on some Infinity. We worked on War Boss, worked on some Battletech, some Reaper minis. I've done a lot of stuff. Earlier this year, in preparation for Adepticon, which obviously didn't happen, I was working on a Nemo bust, which is done. Yeah. And then for Indomitus, we painted this guy up. He turned out pretty good. But yeah. And I also work for my day job, which is sort of a night job, really. I work for Death Ray Designs. You may or may not be familiar with us. It's hit or miss with people on the internet, obviously. Excuse me. Some people know that we exist, and some people don't. But we specialize in terrain, base toppers, widgets, stencils, hobby-related stuff. We don't sell minis. There are plenty of people like Miniature Market and FLGSs and stuff that just do that, and it's something we don't really do. If we had the infrastructure and just the capital up front just to do it, I feel like we might, because it would pair well with selling our terrain, being able to sell models to go with it when people want to get it. But we can't right now, so we don't. But we do the other elements. Look at that, Musty getting the link ready. Yeah. Well, thank you. The guy that these are for is a close friend of mine. He's been very supportive of what I do. And I always try and put a little extra effort into making sure his stuff looks good because of who it is. He's a disabled veteran, and he's been started out as a commission client for me when I worked for Brush for Hire, and then he transitioned over when I became AMP Services, and then we started playing games together online, and we're pretty good friends now. I've actually met him in person, played games with him, or I game with him and kicked my ass. But yeah, so he's a vet and a close friend and been very supportive, so trying to do, that little bit extra just to show my appreciation. I did tell him that his models will probably look better than most of mine currently do. I spent a lot of time on his. But this is the chaplain, and I think that his highlights are looking really nice. And then this was the captain, who's got his highlights look a little bit better than these guys because I spent a little bit more time. Like, they have a similar color, but this has a 3-stage highlight, 3 different colors. This is just one. So this guy's stuff's a little bit more crisp and clean, but yeah, resin 3D print for being glued. Interesting. It's taking a second to load. In the meantime, while his link is loading, I also am using paints and brushes currently. Well, at least this brush. And the paints I'm using are from Monument Hobbies, Pro Acryl. So if you're interested in using some of what I use, got a link there and a coupon code. And Plexi sharing a dragon. Very cool. The quality of that looks really nice. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, the current state of 3D printing is just outstanding. It's really grown over the years. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Getting excited about hobby stuff is good. But yeah, we got a 3D printer at the shop, and the things people are doing for literally a fraction of the price, and the quality they're getting is bananas now, in a short time window. How cheap 3D printers have gotten so that consumers can actually use them and get them. It's not just like a big thing for businesses or people with money. Like, we're looking at a affordable one right now that's in the $250 range, and we're going to tinker with it and test it out. For the price of this printer compared to our current one, we could get 6 of them, and it would barely be half of what we spent on the other one. Half. That's pretty ridiculous. So we're hoping that the quality it puts out is pretty good for what we're going to use it for. And if so, we might pick up more than what we got. have a small little fleet of 3D printers. Hey, Java, that's awesome, man. Plexi, I use Steinel Res from Badger. And Java, I hope you're doing well, man. We were talking yesterday on stream about kind of the future of what I'm doing, and I think we are going to be taking some time off. I may still stream. It just may not be consistent or on a fixed schedule. I need some time to do things I want to do, and it has been brought to my attention that, in particular, one of my friends who wants to hang out with me occasionally, and I was like, yo, when you come to town, just hit me up, let me know. And he's like, I did. You couldn't hang out. And I was like, well, give me a few days notice and let me know. And he's like, I did. I told you like 2 days before I was coming to town. And he's like, you had to stream, and then you had to go to work, and then like the next day, stream and work. Next day, at the time was Amanda. Then next day, stream and work, and then next day I'm off for stream, but then I work, and then Amanda day, and then I stream. And it's like the time to be able to do anything with anyone was so limited because of my schedule. Like, it's really hard, and I need to be doing some additional things that I want to do. I'm so burnt out right now. So we're talking about that. There may be some shifting in the time. So, keep an eye out for Twitch notifications, and you'll see when I go live. But Plexi, in regards to Primer, this brand, STYNYLREZ. This is from Badger. It's good stuff, and not trying to sling shade in particular at Vallejo and their Surface Primer, which I've never used it, but I have heard good things about it. The one thing I've heard is that generally, and I think they actually recommend this. Ark, thank you. I appreciate the follow. I believe even on the packaging, it recommends a 24-hour cure time. You spray and let it dry. And I've read some horror stories where people didn't, and the paint came off, like when they started working with it. With Steinel Res, generally once it's dry, you're good to go. There's no 24-hour wait. You can even spray it and hair dry it and then paint on it, and you're good to go. So, with Vallejo Surface Primer, you may have some issues where you might want to wait or be very, very cautious. With the Steinel Res, you're generally fine. So, but either one is probably fine, so long as you approach it with the correct mindset. You know how your tools work. For me, I like Steinel Res. As much as I wish I was sponsored by Badger, I am not. But if someone from Badger's watching, if you want to sponsor my stream, I would not say no. I do use their products quite a bit, though. I own, I think 9 airbrushes, and 6 of them are Badger. I've got a Krios, Mr. Hobby PS289, and then I've got Hardner Steinbeck, Evolution, and Infinity. And the Infinity I have not even used. I really should. I need to pop it out and just give it a whirl, but it hasn't really come up. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that said primer. I'm an idiot. My bad. On that note, Badger does make a primer specifically for 3D prints that helps with some of the gap filling and I think striation coverage and stuff like that. But yeah, so we have a Formlabs. I don't know what model it is, but it's Formlabs brand. I know that. It's got a little butterfly as the logo, if I recall. I can't believe it. I can't believe I read that and read primers instead of printers. My defense, I paint on stream. I don't do a lot with 3D printing, so it's probably an easy mistake to make. Okay. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'm looking to have having some parts printed for a cosplay prop, but it is 47, I think, almost 50 pieces, and it's going to be pretty expensive if I'm going to have anyone printed. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I've got a buddy of mine looking into it right now, but because I want it to be photo or screen accurate as close as possible, quality's a thing. But our printer is very slow and has a small surface area, and with that many parts, that would probably take weeks to do at the minimum. And that's assuming there's no errors. So I've talked to a couple of friends who have multiple 3D printers, so they could speed up, but I think we might end up just printing some parts and then trying to hand make the rest. What's the print time and the cost, though? Like our Formlabs prints in resin as well, and it is very, very expensive to do.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Hey, Snoofy, what's up, man? Thank you for that sub. I appreciate that. How you doing? Tell that arm's not glued in. I thought that the tension fit on it was going to be good, and then once I primed it, I assumed that would help lock it in because it didn't use glue on it. But clearly, I was mistaken. Oh, that's no bueno. At least you got it fixed. Was the other one within like a warranty range or replacement range? that's one way to rectify that problem. We'll just knock the arm off. You get him a little dab of glue and that dries. Oh, that sucks. Plexi, let me send you a link. The barrel on this is I think it's PVC pipe. And the stock would likely be, we'd probably try and make it out of wood for making it look good. But the rest we would probably, I mean, we're going to do traditional stuff as necessary, but for the shittles and giggles, I'm going to send you a link and let me know what that will cost you to print. Okay. Come over here. I'm willing to bet that that would take a very long time and be very, very expensive material-wise. That's one of the props I will be working on. Well, Snoofy, enjoy your work meeting as best you can, bud. Hopefully it goes smoothly. And Plexi, I will be working on that as a prop at some point. Once we've determined how we want to go about building it. Alright, so while we're here, before we forget, we just put a little dibble dab of some glue. It's not seating. God damn it. This happens all the time trying to get these arms to pop in properly. Like the back side doesn't go. Get in there. Jesus. Somehow I have hit his backpack with red. Cool story, bro. Major downside to the snap fit stuff. But at least we've got that locked in. So problem semi-solved. Let's recoat this. Hey, Arg, thank you again for the biddies. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. Checked out a link for your company and it didn't click at first, but I do remember Ash from Ginger mentioned really interesting products you have. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so, shameless self-plugs as always. Give me a second here. Bring this up on my end. So obviously this is our website, shop, game accessories. Speaking of Ash from Gorilla Miniature Games, we sell widgets for him. Turntables and stuff for Gamma Wolves. Yep, we'll make all those things. And then on the same area,
We
boom,
are the Emperor's chosen.
amp services. We got our Tap Brush Rack 2000. We got our widgets, our objective markers, and a dice tray. So yeah. Daff says, sorry I've been absent. My children But the demigod, second emperor in command, has returned, even if only briefly. Gotta go back to that vegetable throne. Thank you for subbing, Daff. I appreciate it, man. I hope you are doing well. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad you got out and got some of your version of meditating in, so to speak. Your little zen place. That's good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping to get these done sooner rather than later for wheels. That would be ideal. Autocorrect for the win. Yep. I wasn't sure what you were talking about. I assumed you were talking about what I was painting on, but I wasn't sure why you called them dusty. I was just like, alright. Maybe they look dusty. I don't know. I am liking how they're looking. I I've got some tough shoes to fill, so to speak, because the last batch of Imperial Fist Wheels got was from Den of Imagination, I believe, and they look pretty good. I can already tell you mine look different, though. Theirs are way more yellow, and mine are a bit more on the, like, brown yellow, dark yellow kind of scheme. Theirs is more like a white yellow, really bright yellow. So they're going to be different. It also looks like theirs are a solid yellow versus mine having that gradient transition. I'm not sure why they did theirs that way, but that's what it looks like. But it also may come down to the artist that works on it, because they've got multiple artists on staff, and whoever got dealt the Imperial Fist project may have just had a different way that they approach painting. Hey, Forked Boy, how you doing, bud? How you doing? I do want to take a break here shortly to empty the bladder and grab a refill on a drink. So when I do, I'll try and remember to grab a treat for the dog. I'm not doing too bad. Tired as usual. Putting in long hours at work. Doing the do. Daff, I am, you still there? Daff, before I start rambling? That is true. That's true. Yeah. Your order, if it isn't done today, will likely be done tomorrow. I think we've got some objective markers already pre-done at the shop, so we'll just grab them out of my little swag box and get you going on your way. Ooh. I will try to remember. I don't think you got a sticker from me, and it may be difficult for you to get one once you're back across the water. So that is true. That is true. I will try and remember to bring one of these out to the shop with me and throw it in your order. Put that with my phone so I don't forget. Daff, what's your thoughts on cosplay? Is that something that's interesting to you?
Squad morale restored.
Hey, Freezer743, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Did you get this one? Or did you get the Tap Garrison one? We've got two. The old one was the transparent one. But did you get this one? If you didn't get this one, I'll try and send it to you. If you got this one but you didn't get the other one, I'll try and grab the other one to give you. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I'll try and grab one. I think you got the old sticker because I don't think this one existed when you got the bag. So. Yeah, and I saw the wooden spoon logo up on Mohawk Miniatures stream yesterday. We just sent him a bunch of terrain and stuff to use on stream and hooked him up with some gift card coupons to give away. We're really hoping that he clicks with us, he likes our terrain, and we can have a further advancement of our relationship in the future. I was asking if you like what your thoughts on cosplay were. Like, is it something that you think is cool or you think it's dumb? The reason I ask is, like, before I ramble, like, it's kind of pointless if it's not something you care about, you know, or think is cool. I've never done it. I'm going to be working on an outfit here soon to give me something new to do. So, kind of figured we'd ramble about it a little bit. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. He's always so amped up and excited when I enter his stream and raid and whatnot. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, the growth rate, I didn't realize he was only here a year. That growth rate is phenomenal. That is pretty awesome. I've been streaming for a little over 3 years, and he has done in a year what has taken me this long, and he's done it better, so good on him. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. He also paints very quickly. I paint very slow. Not very fast painter. It's pretty cool. I did an Agent 47 cosplay to anime. Spent 2 weeks before I went to boot camp. Do feel like some chicks do it in a sexually teasing manner for attention. Then when they get it on, are like, oh my god, the community is so toxic. The crap gets on my nerves, but do it. Yeah, I'll give you that. That frustrates me too. It's on to the next when I'm swiping and I see cosplay that's hyper ridiculous, sexualized wise. Seeing a cool cosplay is good, but like, she is very, very attractive. Jessica and I agree. I think it's her name, but it's like every outfit is like how busty could you make it type thing, and that's, you know, if that's your thing, do your thing. But I've seen her do like Teemo from League of Legends and other characters where it's the minimal amount of clothes you could put on to kind of have a reference to the character, and then boobs, you know, and that's fine. Do your thing. You know, I'm not saying that it's not your body and you can't do it, because I'm okay with you doing what you want. But I also, for me, I appreciate the artistry that goes into it, and you know, emulating a character you want to you know, be like or troop as or do whatever, and not just like, you know, pin-up girl type stuff. You know, there's a place for it, but I feel like, much like with miniatures, the certain types of things in the industry get a lot more attention than others for sexualized reasons. So yeah, that does bother me as well. But yeah, I've never done it though personally. Yeah. So the race swap, gender bender, like that stuff doesn't bother me too. You know, I've seen some, you know, like, I don't know, Marvel characters that they've done gender swaps, or anime characters, like that all makes sense to me. Like if you're a dude and there's a female cosplay or a female character you really like and you want to do that, cool, and vice versa. The race thing is a lot harder. You know, that's never a good look. You know, just, yeah, that's a tough one to attempt to do, because, you know, yeah. So, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, the other thing for me compared to other streamers, unfortunately, is just time. I used to do really long streams. A lot of my streams were 12 hours, and then I did some really long weekend paint streams. But I can't do that anymore. My normal job. And DAF, that is fair. I don't want to get super political on the stream, but if you really liked Luke Cage and you wanted to cosplay that, and you were trying to do a race change for it, that's not socially acceptable. Even if you could do it and it looks super duper good, that's not socially acceptable. That's not a two-way street, I feel, for obvious reasons. You know, so in this case, what you're describing doesn't offend me, and it's socially acceptable. The reverse is not. So if you want to do that, it's not. Wooden spoon in the United States, and I'm sure abroad, there is unfortunately a time when blackface was a thing, where you know, white actors were putting face paint on, makeup to portray themselves as being black, and generally it was a racist thing. Generally, there might be examples where it wasn't. I don't know, but that is what it is. So, like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder did blackface, is what they call it. He's a white guy portraying a black guy. I didn't find that to be him doing it to be racist. The whole film was kind of just exaggerated and over the top for a reason, so it makes sense for what they were doing. But I felt there was distinction between the two for me. But I got why he was doing it. He caught some flack for that. You know, because traditionally in the past it's been a racist thing. It's something that is taboo to do, and it can end your career. You know, but the reverse is not true. So like the Wayans brothers in White Chicks, which is doing like whiteface, as they call it, that's socially acceptable. You know, but the past that's there was no like history of oppression and these types of things that happened. So it's socially not acceptable to, at least in the States, to be a white person and want to cosplay as a black character and actually do the skin tone. That would not be okay. Even if you were the cream to the creme of cosplayers and could do it and could do all the makeup, it would still be wrong socially. So that's what I'm getting at. I'm trying really hard to nail the issues and portray the information correctly, because I'm not mad at that I can't go do cosplay that way or anything like that. It's just more of a that's where we are, So like the gender bender thing, as Daff explained, I see that a lot, which seems fine. Though, if that became an issue, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me either. It depends on who you talk to, but yeah, the blackface thing is what we were talking about. So anyway, Daff, let me get back on topic here. I'm going to send you a picture on Facebook. I'm not, I say I'm not public with it. I am showing select people, because I don't want some of my friends in real life to know. I mean, we're friends in real life, but certain ones to know what I'm doing. But I'm going to send you a picture, and it will give you a pretty good indication of what I am going to be doing. And I've already started buying materials for it. We've got the plans. I've got the plans for the weapons, the leather bits, the cloth bits, the armor. We're in the process of buying materials to craft all of it. Take it easy, Wooden. I appreciate you hanging out with us today. Hopefully we'll catch you again soon. And at the very least, I'll be at the shop tonight and probably be the one helping pack your order. Alright, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. I'm going to refill my drink, and I'll grab that dog treat. For everyone who's been hanging out with me today, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you've been enjoying the chat and hanging out. If you're new here and you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that follow button, hang out with us, join the community, and come back and see the stream sometime. That said, let me take a quick break, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. They want to see you. I don't know why my thing is being so finicky. Oh, Bella, you're okay. Let's try. Let's see if that helps. Probably not. You see them? Do you see them? She said, I want that bone. I want it. I know you'll have it in there. I know you'll have it. Give it. Oh, No. Was that good? Was that good? You got a treat? Just one. You got a treat. Alright, I'm gonna get back to painting. We're gonna get back to painting, pretty girl. I don't got no more. I'm sorry. I don't got no more. He said, why? Why you not got more? I love you. You get your piggy? Where's your piggy? I don't want no pig. I want treats. I want treats. There's no more. You ate them. You ate them. She's so pitiful. She was so pitiful. Alright. So we are back. We get back into some painting here. Hey, what's up, Hanley? How you doing, man? How's school going? I think you said yesterday you were finishing up with a class. How'd that go? Blade. Oh. Yeah. You told me you sold to an Asian guy who runs some restaurants, and you live like 3 hours from one of his, or not 3 hours, 3 minutes or something from one of his locations. And he was tired of living in an apartment. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's super awesome. I am considering getting a sewing machine. How about that? Hey, Eddie 186, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Daff, nice. Nice. Yeah, I sent you a picture. I'm gonna be working on that. It's low key. I've not been public. I mean, there's people I've shown, but like not been public with everyone. So I sent it to you on Facebook. And that's what I'm gonna work on. Bow and arrow or gun shooting? And I hope you enjoy whatever type you are getting into. Oh no. There we go. Fixed. I slipped and hit his head. That was not going to be good. Why are there emotes going off right now? What was there a chat I missed? Weird. 1 second, fellas. Got a raid coming in from Sons of Rollo or Sons of Royo. Royo. I'm not sure if it's if the Rollo is Spanish, which would be Royo, or if it's Sons of Rollo. But in either case, thank you for popping in with that raid, man. I appreciate that. I'm Justin the Iron Painter, and it's a little bit of a quiet day, working on some commission work. I got a podcast going in the background that you guys can't hear because DCMA stuff, because it was quiet. But again, I'm Justin the Iron Painter, working on some commission work, and I appreciate you popping in and hanging out with me today. Zerav76, thank you for that follow. I appreciate that. And Sons of Royo, or Rollo, what were you working on today? Hey, Scott Bucket, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hey, that's pretty awesome, man. That's the Titanicus game, the low model or smaller scale big stuff. Forget oh, I thought it was just Titanicus. Adeptus Titanicus, is that what the game's called? Yeah, I thought that looked cool when it came out, but it was pretty cost prohibitive. No one here played, and it was not the cheapest thing to jump into. Cool. Yeah, it never resonated in my brain that, I always just called it Titanicus. It didn't click that, it would be Adeptus Titanicus is the game name. Yeah, I mean that would really help for sure. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Hanley, I'm inclined to agree with you for sure. Kind of like Aeronautica. If it was only Imperium stuff, it would get boring. The fact that they've expanded and added more is really good. Of course, I guess it launched with Orcs versus Imperium, but or the Guards equivalent of the Air Force, the Imperial Navy, I suppose, is the term. Was really good, and then they were adding the Tau, and I think Space Marines. Did they add Space Marines? I can't remember. I know they added Tau. But they had room to expand. I'm not sure how popular that game got. I wanted to play, and again, no one else in the area really cared to play or wanted to invest in it. And that one was actually, I felt, a little bit more affordable and approachable than Adeptus Titanicus. So I never got into it, but I thought it looked cool. The Thunderbolt Fighter, in particular, from the Imperial Navy was super cool. And they came out with more planes and the Tau stuff, and it looked super dope, but no one I know plays. So... Do you have Sons? Do you have an Instagram picture of what you worked on today? If so, I highly encourage you to throw up a link for us. Let us see what you worked on. I'll throw you a follow if you got an Instagram. Yep, I would agree. It's the same reason why, as a Space Marine player in 40K, I am super. I'm satiated. I'm full. There's too much for me. I'm not buying in right now. I'm just not interested in spending more on Space Marines when they keep pumping it out. I can't keep up. All the same reasons. There's a variety of reasons. I'm getting off topic here. There's a variety of reasons why I'm not buying 40K right now for Space Marines. I'll wait until the dust settles, and I'll get what I want when I'm comfortable. And by that time, maybe they'll, I will have missed the boat on buying some books that now I don't need, that I might need now, and then I could get them, and then not need them later because there's an update. And if I'm not playing frequently or buying stuff, I'll just wait, right? But that's the same reason why, as a Marine player, I'm super excited about seeing Xenos updates, because I'm tired of Space Marines, and where I play, there's a lot of them, and I get why there's a lot of them, but there's a lot of them, and that's boring. It'd be like playing War Machine, and the only thing you ever got to play against was Signar and Kador, ever. Like, no one wants that. Who wants that? That's not fun. No one wants to play against the same stuff every time. It's the same thing you said, like mirror matches, or in this case, I'm adding a little bit more mirror matches, or like a very, very small meta. A meta with lots of different varieties, I feel, is a lot more fun. It's different stuff. It's not the same faction every time, That's me. Yep. That is where I'm at as well. That is why with 40k I got into Chaos. It was more power armor, but it was a bad guy faction because everyone played good guys. You know, so that was a good incentive to have a different army. It's why I like Tau. Tau looked cool, and it's a Xenos faction. You know, but like when a certain army is doing super good, same thing with War Machine, and it's the popular meta one to do, like that's boring if that's, you know, either you play it or you're playing against it, you know, because it's so popular. We had the same thing in X-Wing, you know. There'd be certain ships that were super good, or certain builds that were super good, and you either played it or played against it. It was the meta. It's the same thing in Magic the Gathering. There'll be a handful of decks that are really good, and you either play those decks or you play against those decks, or you're playing against those decks with those decks, and the variety gets boring. Taking away the monetary aspect of Magic, and minis in this case, the lack of variety is just boring. It's boring. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. I like variety. I like seeing new stuff. And Rolo, give me a second. Let me finish the shoulder pad, and we'll take a quick gander. Alright, let's check out what you got. Oh, that's unfortunate. I've had that happen before. Oh, you're already following me. What we got going on here? Oh, you got a beard! Look at that beard! Very cool, man. Nice. Very cool. Well, I'll be curious to see your Titanicus updates. Oh, Mohawk Miniatures. Can you paint? Oh. Yeah, I like him. He's very cool. Yep. Yeah, I think that was when he was doing the Necrons. Very cool. Very cool. Let me make sure I come over to Twitch, and let's follow you. I don't know how to do that from the screen I was on. There we go. Followed. Boom. Gotcha. Very cool. How long you been streaming? You're quite welcome, man. Quite welcome. I'm sorry. I know I'm a little bit quiet, and I'm kind of randomly smiling and laughing. Again, I got that podcast running in the background, and it's Joe Rogan and Neil deGrasse Tyson, and occasionally they say stuff that makes me laugh. I'm petrified of, having an issue because I'm playing something like copyright in the background, so I've stayed away from doing that for a while now. But it would be cool to play this stuff and listen to it with you guys so you know what's going on. I don't always do this, but if the stream starts getting quiet, I'll turn something on because the kind of background music that the ambient stuff that plays, it gets repetitive, and it's just kind of there for you guys' benefit, really. But when there's silence, I get tired of just listening to it looping. Well, that's fair. Well, I'm glad that you're getting into it and being consistent. I hope it's something that you're enjoying and getting some kind of rewarding, something rewarding out of it. We're definitely making good progress on getting the red down. I would agree. Yeah, my first 3 weeks on Twitch, I think I was lucky to have maybe 4 people watching, for sure. And I think my first raid, I don't remember who it was from, but I believe my first raid had, I think it was 16 people in it. It's either 14 or 16. Those are the two numbers that are coming in. I know it was in the teens. 16 is resonating more. I think that's what it was. And I lost my mind. It was my first raid. I didn't know what was going on, and you know there was a lot of people, and yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, my first big raid like that was, I think from, it was either Spiky Bits or the Long War Kinney, Robert Kinney. I've been raided by both, but one of them was the first big one, and I think my peak for viewers was like 150 at one point, and I think that was Kinney. He brought a bunch in that day. Now, for a long time, I was really close. There's an achievement for getting like 200 people on your stream at one time. For a long time, that was the thing. It might still be the thing. I'm not sure if we've topped it. But yeah, that was back when I had a different stream schedule. Though I used to stream in the evenings, so I was on around the time that they were, and now I worked commissions full time at that time. So my stream schedules were a lot different. Now I stream before I go to work most of the time. Sometimes that's a little different, but generally that's what's happening. So my stream schedule's during the day for the most part, and it's a little different in terms of audience and who you link up with and who sees you. Well, A, that's good that you got your cam fixed, and B, yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. It happens all the time. Even when I raid people, you know, you'll see the number come through and then a drop. You know, people like what they like, and I don't take it personally. And I have, over the years, probably rated people, and then some of my viewers probably found those people more entertaining or liked them better, and they've switched subs over there, or they hang out there more than they hang out with me, or they don't hang out here at all. And a part of me says that sucks, you know. I exposed them to someone else they like better, and now I lost a viewer. But at the end of the day, if someone finds someone they like better, and that's where they resonate and stay, like, that's okay. It really is. Like, I don't want you here if you're not happy. And if you find somewhere where you're happy or you have a better time, that's fun, you know. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm not going to be mad at you. You know, you do your thing and be happy. You know, I hope you come back. But if you don't, you know, go do your thing. Do your hobbies. Have fun. You know, that's life. You know, it's not every streamer is for everyone. Not everyone's got the same vibe and things like that. And I get it. You know, it's life. Just the way it is. So, you know, you rated and picked up 2-3 followers. You know, that's actually pretty good for a raid, especially your size. That's 20-30% of, I think, the 10 people you brought in followed. That's really good. I got raided by Zambies the other day with, I think, 60-something people, and I think I got 1 follower, you know. You know, so it happens. It happens. It is what it is, but I wouldn't stress over it. You know, just have fun and try not to worry about it. So, but on that note, folks, I think we're going to end a little bit early today compared to normal. I normally I'd run for about 20 more minutes, but I'm to a point where there's not much more I can do, and I don't want to get involved in something that is going to make me panic and, you know, want to keep working. I think we're to a very good stopping point. So I'm going to put the models back in the box, and then we are going to prep for a raid of our own today. We'll see who we can throw you guys over to hang out with. Let's see what's going on. Here we go. Boom. Got that going. Alright. So let's see who we've got online today. Alright, looks like Studio J7's on. Yeah. Let's set up Studio J7 with a raid today. So before we end our stream, let me actually can't get to my buttons. My cup was in the way. Before we end our stream, I want to end on some positive notes, as we always do. And I'd like to thank you guys for hanging out with me today for the raid that we got from Sons of Rolo. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. And everyone who has hit that follow button, hung out with me, chatted today, just been here and been around. I really do appreciate it. So thank you. As always, I want to end on some quick positive notes. I'd like to encourage you guys to keep painting models. Don't allow this pursuit of perfection, this pursuit of the hobby of your interests of painting to become something you hate. Don't allow something you love to become something you hate. Keep practicing, keep working, stay positive, stay motivated. Consider the narrative, consider the story that's present with every miniature that you work on. Forge that narrative one brushstroke at a time. In our reality, in our world right now, things are very far outside and beyond our control, but this is somewhere where you do have control. You can lose yourself in the hobby. One brushstroke at a time, you can forge a narrative of your choosing. Every miniature that you pick up has a story and accolade, battles that it's taken part in, a universe that it hailed from. So every nick, ding, scratch, and imperfection in those miniatures is something that you have control over. Get out there with your hobby enjoyment, your painting, and share with the world. When it's safe to do so in person, get out those local hobby stores and play games, share your art with others. But right now on the internet, it's super easy to connect. Get on Facebook, Discord, Reddit, Twitch stream if you want to. Get on DeviantArt or Instagram or whatever the case may be. All of those or a couple of those. Spread the hobby joy with others. I promise you there's someone out there right now who may be in a hobby funk, and you know, your miniature, your art, your pictures, maybe that one thing they're waiting on to tip them over the edge and having a good day, making them want to paint, motivating to paint, encouraging someone to get into the hobby. And we can't have that if people aren't sharing their work, their hobby, their happiness with others. So I encourage you guys to do so. And as always, I'd like to encourage you guys to leave the world a better place than you found it in every sense of that statement, in every way you could interpret it. It pays to be kind always, and you never know what people are going through in their everyday lives. Those that you engage with could be having a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a bad year, a bad go at life in general, and the way that you engage with them can have a impactful, a lasting, positive impact on them, even if you're not there to see it. Simply by smiling, making eye contact, saying please, saying thank you, holding a door open, making someone feel like a valued human being could be the difference between a good day and a bad day for them. I'd like to encourage you guys to sail through this life, leaving positivity and happiness in your wake. There's enough negativity and bullshit in the world. Let's be a part of the solution and not the problem. So again, I'd like to thank all you guys for hanging out with me today. We're going to go ahead and get this raid going over to Studio J7. If you guys happen to go over there, make sure you hit that follow button, spam some emails, and let them know who sent you. In closing, I think we're going to try and stream on Friday. I have to work this coming Sunday, so heads up for that. But I think we're going to try and come back on Friday before work if I can. So, but that being said, thank you guys again for hanging out with me today. As always, I'd like to encourage you guys to keep painting those models, keep rolling those dice, and I'll catch you guys